Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Divination with Dani. Hope all of you have had a phenomenal weekend so far. Excuse me. I don't know what that was all about. I know my weekend was pretty decent. I think I'm off, right? I'm off by a week. I think I had to postpone this show, which I apologize, but I was under the weather and just didn't feel like I would be able to give you my all as far as just even being able to talk about tarot or do any sort of tarot reading. So thank you for understanding and for coming on tonight and hanging out with me. Tonight's going to be a pretty decent and fun show. I think we're going to do a fun little tarot deck review. This is actually going to be our first ever tarot deck review, and it is going to be one of my favorite decks. Let me pop this up really quick before I do anything else. How cute is this deck? The Cute Ghost Tarot deck. So that's going to be the deck that we're reviewing tonight. Before that, a little bit of housekeeping that I want to take care of before I say hello to all of you beautiful people over there. First up, right after this show, if you have the time, if you want something just fun to entertain yourself for the rest of this Sunday, make sure that you tune in 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to Denise and Ernie Pac-Man Paranormal. They are part of the Get Haunted Paranormal podcast program, and they will be airing right after Divination with Dani. So stay tuned or jump over to the Get Haunted Paranormal podcast program and check them out. Phenomenal people, and they're fun to listen to. Ernie has the best stories, and they're just full of amazing information and theories, and I definitely recommend checking them out. So make sure you pop over there right after here, Pac-Man Paranormal. And for all of you who are into the paranormal as much, if not more, than myself, you're going to want to head over to extremeticketing.com and snag your tickets. Get Haunted is going to be hosting an event November 16th, which is this coming Saturday, guys, this coming weekend. Mid-Orange Correctional Facility out in Warwick, New York. I'm really stoked for this one. I just snagged my tickets the other day. We're going to have 3 of the Get Haunted mercenaries there. So we're going to have Two Brothers Extreme and Phantasm. And then we also have Paranormal Theory hanging out with us that night. So I'm really excited. Worked with Two Brothers Extreme multiple times now. They're just some of the coolest cats on the block, man. They are very open to allowing people to explore their own paranormal journeys with them. And they have fun techniques that they do themselves. So always a good time with them. Paranormal Theory, I love those dudes. They're fun, they're relaxed. They take it seriously, but not too seriously. Like they know how to pivot when they need to. And they're really cool dudes. I love them. And Phantasm, this will be my first time investigating with them. So I'm really excited to see how they work, what their theories are, how they bounce things off of each other and the rest of just all of the people that are there. So really excited for this one in Mid-Orange Correctional Facility. Guys, this place is phenomenal. I love this. I've had a couple oh shit moments there already, and I cannot wait to get back in there. And okay, so now that we're on the paranormal track, before we get into tarot, before I say hello to all of you lovely people, some of you know, some of you don't. I'm not really big on equipment, right? I like my senses. I like my tarot. I like all of the things that are more like divination, right? But let me just tell you, there are a few pieces of equipment, and Ghost Gear makes them. They're phenomenal. One of my biggest ones that I have now fallen in love with, and I always mess up how to say it, the Epoch Box. Let me pop this up here really quick. This thing is phenomenal. This is easy to throw in your bag, your purse, your book bag, throw it in there. This is a great little yes-no box. I was actually playing around with it right before this show, and there was this huge thump that happened. And I was like, okay, it's got to be the neighbors, right? So I turned it on. And I'm like, that was the neighbors, right? And it's like dead silent for a couple seconds. And it says yes. And I jumped and I'm like, okay, all right, this thing works. But let me pull this up real quick because I took this with me to New Egypt. Oh. Is there anyone in here?
Yes.
Are you attached to a doll?
No.
These things work phenomenal. So when I had gotten there, we were setting up. I was helping out. It was part of a Get Haunted investigation for New Egypt New Egypt Historical Society, and they had just set up. I think like the weekend before, or like a couple days before, they had just set up this doll exhibit in that room. It was creepy, right? pretty sure there are a few things attached to those dolls. So I was like, all right, I have some time. I have the Epoch box. Let's try it. Was not expecting that to work as well as it did, but it was phenomenal. So definitely get out there and here, I have the link. Let me share the link to you for you right now for Ghost Gear. They make phenomenal equipment, right? So right there is your link for Ghost Gear. Please go check them out. Please, if you want any one thing that I can recommend, it would be that Epoch, that Yes No box. Phenomenal. Please go check them out. And one last thing before I say hello to all of you. Today's show is brought to you by, we always have a card that is sponsoring our shows, right? So today's show is brought to you by the Page of Cups. This amazing young person is holding a golden cup with a little fishy hanging out of it, right? So there's a lot of symbolism that goes into this one. Excuse me. So a page card will usually indicate a message, right? So now this is for cups. So cups are more like emotion, your heart center, love, intuition. So this could be thought of as maybe some sort of announcement that you have been waiting on, or even possibly like a love note from someone that you have a crush on or an infatuation with. This might be, if this comes up in a reading, this might be something to do with that, because it is a young person and because it is cups. Depending on the cards around it, this could also mean a child or someone that you know having a child. But let's dive into a little bit. I said a lot of symbolism, right? There is a lot of symbolism with this card. So let's dive into that a little bit, right? So when you look at the page, this is a young person. Page of Cups is a young person staring at a fish in a cup, right? Very inquisitive. It almost looks, if you look at it really close, it almost looks like the fish and the young person are attempting to have some sort of communication, like a conversation, or trying to do like some kind of telepathy, trying to communicate with each other in some form, right? So this could symbolize curiosity. This could also symbolize being open to new and curious possibilities, right? Just kind of like being open-minded, because I know the reality of talking to a fish, right? But I mean, curiosity, right? So when you look at the clothing here, so there's a lot of blues and there's a lot of reds. So this kind of symbolizes to me, like there's this beautiful balance of being calm, but also having a lot of passion, right? So there's just like that beautiful mix that helps you run down the center line of your emotions and of your intuition, and just allowing you to be open to all possibilities, right? So that there's a nice balance there that leads to openness, which leads to letting fresh new energy in. And since this is a page and is considered young, you know, a young person or someone who's young at heart, or just the energy that's young at heart, like that freshness. So that makes sense there, right? I think it does anyway. Also, the fact that there are flowers, I don't know if you can see this, but there are flowers on his tunic. And that could be growth, that could invoke creativity, right? That's blossoming. There's a freshness there with that as well. And then when you look at his boots are orange. Now, I don't know if you can see, I know he's very small for me on my screen, but when you get a chance, look at this card yourself. Those boots are orange, I'm telling you. And orange is this color that's associated with enthusiasm and energy, and that goes right along with like the fresh flow of things, right? Just being excited for things and open to new possibilities. And he's standing on a seashore, right? And there's a nice rolling ocean. It's not crazy, it's not scary or jagged, it's just nice rolling waves behind him, right? So this is a nice flow of emotion. This is because water in tarot tends to be about emotion, right? So this is like a nice flow of emotion coming through, a freshness of movement. So the card overall really is a card that shows an inspiration that comes from the most unlikely places, right? Like who would think that talking to a fish would spark something? But in this card, right there it is, right? And just like the flow of everything, and because this is cups, and because it seems like too, like the flowers and the budding of things, this could also be the beginning of a romantic, depending on your cards. Like if this was a card reading for love or just in general, this could indicate the beginning of a romantic situation, partnership. It's also creativity, inspiration, especially involving someone who is young or young at heart or happy-go-lucky. Definitely an indication of something like that. Also, new feelings about a situation. This could be an old situation that all of a sudden you're having just a new perspective or a new outlook on. And this would be an indication of something new flowing in for that. Intuition, forgiveness, being or needing to be open to new possibilities. So just this is one of those, I really like this card. I enjoy the energy that comes with this. A lot of freshness and newness and really being able to tap into your intuition in ways that maybe you had not suspected that you could previously. So anytime that card comes up, keep those things in mind. It's all about possibilities and just keeping it fresh. But I have rambled enough, and I think enough of you have flown in here that I can actually say hello to all of you. So let's see who we have. Bear with me here. There's a lot going on. Okay, so I'm going to pop these up here. I can't see who this is. It's coming up as Facebook user, but hello. Hello and good evening to you as well. Mark Brown, how are you, man? Hello. Sarah J. I love Sarah. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. I am I'm happy to be back. I am. Facebook user. I think that's Damien. Hello, Damien. Let's see. Welcome back. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello. I'm sorry. The names aren't coming up. Just know I see you and thank you. Thank you so much for popping on. I don't know who you are, but I can't wait to investigate with you. I don't know who that is, but let me know who that is because I would love to know who I'm going to be investigating with. Let's see. I think that's it for now. I think I did see Big Daddy Andy. I saw in the comments somewhere, which now I cannot see all of a sudden. He was in here. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's on his way to Hinsdale. Have fun. That is so fun. That's one of those places that's on my list that eventually I definitely want to get there at some point for real. Doreen, I cannot wait to meet. Oh my goodness. I've gotten to meet you on video chats and your energy even just through a video chat. Phenomenal. I cannot wait to meet you in person. I'm so excited. So tonight, guys, without further ado, get myself situated. Hold on. This is something I've been wanting to do, and it's a nice, fun, you guys don't need to see my teacup. Let me move that. It's just a nice, fun review because I feel like, I don't know about you, but I know I kind of have a tarot deck problem. I have over 25 decks now. I was looking at them the other day. Over 25 decks. It might be a problem. I'm not sure. I do love most of them, not all of them. And that's kind of what got me thinking, you know what, it would be really fun to be able to show the decks that I have and to give my perspective on them. And so that, because I know I wish I would have had that for some of my decks, right? Because they looked amazing sitting on the shelf, or they looked amazing on Amazon. And then I got them. And then some of them I'm like, I don't know if that was worth it, really. So hopefully this gives a little bit of perspective on different decks if you're interested, or just it's a fun, hopefully then it's just a fun evening for you if you're not interested in buying a deck, but you want to see what different decks look like. Tonight, we are going to be doing the Cute Ghost Tarot deck review. And then after the review, anyone who would like to have a tarot reading, just like a quick reading like I do, we're going to use this deck tonight. So you'll get to see this deck in action as well. So first thing with this is, I took notes because I didn't know where I was going to start with this. But anyway, so this is the Cute Ghost Tarot deck. It is created by Moonchild Tarot, and the deck came out in 2021. And it's pretty durable packaging for this one anyway. And this one in particular has it's a really sturdy cardboard case, but it's glossy covered. So it's like not going to get scratched up real easy. I have thrown this in my purse and my book bag on multiple occasions, and it has survived beautifully. So it does come with, you know, like most card decks come with like a little booklet. This one does come with it's very generic, right? There's no pictures in the booklet at all. There's no pictures. It's just words. But it does come with this awesome little card that has a QR code on it. So when you scan the QR code, it brings you to this beginner's guide to tarot, and it gives you a little explanation of different layouts that you can do, and then like your general definitions that most people see for tarot decks. So when it gives those definitions, though, it does use the Rider-Waite-Smith deck as the guide, right? It doesn't use their pictures. It uses the Rider-Waite deck, which is fine because here, let me give you a view of some of these. It actually follows quite nicely the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. These are, and I broke this down, and I will shuffle these before we read. I broke this down. These are all the major arcana cards. I don't know if you can see that very well. Bear with me here. I know I have to work on my lighting situation. I understand. It's not going to be great to see right now. There we go. So like this is the Fool. We'll just go through this whole thing here so you can kind of see like they're pretty similar, right? So we have, there's the Fool. And then, so, okay, here's one thing. So I'm going to jump a little bit just because we're already on one of my cons for this deck. And it's not a major con. It's just you have to keep in mind that some of the card names like this in a traditional deck would be the Magician. Well, and here they call it the Creator. So if I would have any cons for this deck, it would be that some of the names of the major arcana cards are changed, which is not a big deal because you can still figure out it's clearly the Magician card. All of the symbolism is still there. The High Priestess, the Empress. And the one thing that I like is it got, yes, these are little sheet ghosts, right? And yes, they're in very playful environments. But here's the thing that I really like is like they took all of the major symbolisms from the cards and they kept them there. Like all of the major symbols that you need to be able to read this are genuinely, they're present in all of these cards. And so like the Teacher would be the Hierophant. And you can tell because it's got all the religious symbolism, and in the traditional deck, it is very religious. All of the symbolism within that card is very religious. So it was like easy to determine that it was the Hierophant. And the Lovers, and like in the traditional cards, there's this big angel behind them and everything that's got an all-seeing eye. It's pretty similar, right? Not exact, pretty similar. The Chariot, Strength. I love the Strength card. He's so cute. But like the only thing that's missing with this, but like the symbolism of the fire for Leo. So it's there. Some of the symbolism, why can't I talk tonight? Some of the symbolism slightly different, but it's not bad. You can still figure it out. The Hermit card. So one thing that I'll do with all the decks, the very first thing I do is I find the Hermit card. It is my card. It's that card that I resonate with the most, right? So being able to say, okay, do I really like this card? Does this card talk to me? Usually determines whether or not I'm going to use the deck very often. So I love this Hermit card. It is very symbolic. It still has the staff. It still has the light, the guiding light aspect to it. And you can still use it for when you're trying to figure out what you need to let go of. Like there's a trick with tarot cards where you use the Hermit and you shuffle, and like the thing in front of the card in front of the Hermit card is something that you need to pay attention to. And then the card behind it is something that you need to let go. You can still do that with this one. It's still facing the way that it's supposed to. Your Fate would be the Wheel of Fortune. Pretty easy to determine. It still has all the symbolism in the corners. It's still a wheel. There's still, it's you can still figure out that it's supposed to be the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is about fate. So it has fate as the name. Your Justice card, the Hangman. These are just, the symbolisms are very cute. Balance would be Temperance. The devil cracks you up. He has a little cigarette hanging out of his mouth, right? And just like all this toxicity and just like all these things that would be considered like vices, right? Because that's like a big thing with the Devil card is it's a connection to your vices or the things that seem a little bit more taboo or that are fun but dangerous, right? So it all that symbolism's still there. You have your Tower, which, oh my God, I don't know if you can tell, like, there's like little ghosts flying off here and one flying off there. So like all that, the scariness of the tarot is still there. Your Star, the Moon, the Sun. That is one hell of a happy sun, let me tell you. Let's see. The Enlightenment would be Judgment, right? So with the traditional Judgment card, there's like all of these people coming out of what they look like they're in coffins and they're like rising up to the heavens. This is all like that energy of flowing up, that uplifting. So enlightenment here would be the Judgment card in a traditional deck. And then you have the World. So like, the symbolisms, more or less, it's there. So I don't mind it, but if there was going to be a con, it would be that the names on some of the major arcana have been changed. Not a big deal. As far as cardstock, I don't know. You can see they're glossy. They are sturdy. Very easy to shuffle. Extremely easy to shuffle. The size of these cards, they fit rather nicely in your hand. They are like 4 1/4 by 2 1/4. And where's my traditional deck? They're more or less the same size as the traditional deck that I'm used to, if you can see that. But yeah, and you can even see like the symbolism of the Fool and the Fool. It's all there, right? You have like the little dog, you have the rose, you have, well, I mean, he's already floating over the cliff, but there's the whole aspect of like that leap of faith is still there. Yeah, generally the same size. The one thing I will say, the thickness of these cards, if you don't like a thicker card, this may not necessarily be a deck for you, because when you set this deck right next to the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Cute Ghost Tarot deck tends to be like about 14 cards higher when you stack them up next to each other. Yeah, they're shuffleability, very easy to shuffle, super easy to handle. They glide, they don't stick, which that is one thing with cards that aren't like the cards that aren't glossy. Sometimes those kill me because they don't shuffle well. They like stick to each other, right? And these glide real nice. They're easy to shuffle. When you do have one of those cards that jump, they seriously jump with this deck. There's nothing holding them back. Shuffling is so, yeah, shuffleability is very important in a deck, being able to handle them in a way that makes you comfortable, right? Because if you have to struggle with your deck just to hold it and just to shuffle it, that energy is going into your deck and you're not going to get the best reading. You really have to vibe with your deck to get a good reading. It's part of it, right? And love your cards. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This cracks me up. Yeah, it's very important. Let's see the artwork and the visual. I mean, these are cute. I love it. Like, who doesn't love a sheet ghost, right? I don't know. The people that know me from Get Haunted know that I draw a little boo, my little sheet ghost. All these cards, like even the 10 of Wands, you can tell he is overworked, right? Look at his little face. You can tell he's overexhausted. There's too much going on. That's a big thing with the 10 of Wands, right? Is you're doing too much at once. You need to put things down. You need to be able to prioritize. This little man looks like he needs to start prioritizing, right? There's just too much going on for this little guy. That's another thing too. Like this deck, instead of saying wands, it says sticks. Instead of saying pentacles, it says coins. These are all super cute. I cannot get enough of these cards. The artwork is phenomenal. Not only is it cute, but it also sticks to the traditional symbolism for the most part, and like even adds a little bit. So like cups are always considered like emotions and your heart center and love, and they add in what you need. The cups are adorable. I love them so much. Like even like look, the 5 of Cups is one of those cards in the traditional deck. It's that man in the cloak, and he's got his back turned to the cups that are still standing. Well, he's not really paying attention to the cups that are still standing, and he looks like he's grieving over these cups, and it's the same aspects, it's the same symbolism with this card as it is in the traditional deck. So yeah, I really feel like if you need something as a beginner, but you don't want the traditional Rider-Waite deck, I would, out of 1 to 10, for me, these are an 11, right? I would absolutely recommend these for someone who wants to get a little bit more comfortable with the deck, but they're sick of trying to just constantly work with the exact same deck. Like if you started off with Rider-Waite and you just want something a little bit more, something that calls to you a little bit differently, this deck would be perfect because it is based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is that traditional deck that most people will learn with, right? So all your symbolism is going to be extremely similar. Very easy to shuffle. It does provide you with an amazing guide for beginners with the QR code if you follow that. Really, I definitely feel like this would be actually a really good deck to gift somebody who's into, especially somebody who's into tarot and also into the paranormal, or just likes like the goofy little artwork things that are out there, because there are so many tarot decks that have the amazing artwork, right? But not all of them are very readable. This one's very readable, and I would 11 out of 10, to recommend this deck so much. I did buy it off of Amazon. I don't remember if I said that or not. I did go on Amazon the other day just to see if it's still a thing. They're on there. The deck looks like the cover art on the deck now is a little different, and I'm not sure if you can get it in the same box that I did on Amazon anyway. eBay, I did find it, and I think Etsy, I found somebody had the exact same one that I had. But yeah, the cards on Amazon, those cards look identical. Like, I don't know. I would pay attention to the sizing. There's one thing with tarot decks that I've noticed, and I've had to learn the hard way. Decks come in different sizes, and pay attention not only to the description, but the pricing. If the pricing is a lot cheaper than it should be, you're probably going to get a much smaller deck than you're expecting. But yeah, so I definitely recommend this deck, and we're going to hopefully get to see this in action here. Right off the bat, I'm going to ask you guys, because I'm not really sure what's going on with Facebook tonight, but I'm not able to see everybody's name. So I don't know if this is a StreamYard thing. They get finicky sometimes with the Facebook user thing. So if you want a reading, what I'm going to ask you to do is to put your name also in the comments so that I can see, because I can't see everybody's name. But I know, let's see. Let's see if there's anyone that already, bear with me, guys. Let's see. Yeah, no, we still are not. So if this has been a thing for, I don't know, today or a couple of days, yeah, please put your name in the comments so that I know who I'm talking with, because I do appreciate that everybody's here. There might be. I was playing around. This is no joke. I was playing around not too long ago. A couple of the major arcana, I did try to make Little Boo doing them. And it's a possibility down the road, maybe for like 2026. But yeah, I think that would be really fun. Hello, Alan. How are you? So let's see here. Who do we have? Yeah, these are amazing. Let's see. Okay, who wants a card reading? Let's see. Denise, you are up first, my dear. All right, let's do this. That out of the way. We don't need that. Oh, I got to shuffle these really good. So, Denise, in the meantime, if there's something particular that you wanted the reading on, think of it. Otherwise, it's whatever generalized reading we're going to get here. I guess little tips that I can give for shuffling. There's really no wrong way to do it. I don't recommend throwing them up in the air. That's kind of silly to do that. But shuffling them like you would shuffle a normal deck of cards, or swirling them all over the table, or really any way you're drawn to, as long as you're making contact with the cards, your energy is getting on them, and your energy is part of your intuition, and your intuition is going to guide the reading. And setting your intention while you're shuffling is a big deal, right? Setting the intention of what you want, if you have a specific question, or if it's just going to be a general reading. All of that comes into play. Anything with intuition, anything with magic, anything with divination, your intention is everything. Any kind of energetic magic, anything like that, intention literally is everything. It is why things work the way that they do. And do a couple more shuffles here, just because I had these all broken up. I want to make sure they're shuffled really good. Okay. So this is for Denise Pack. And while we're on the subject of Denise, like I said earlier, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure you tune in because Pac-Man Paranormal will be on as part of the Get Haunted Paranormal podcast program. Phenomenal show. You guys have to check it out. Okay, Denise, here we go. Is that annoying? Can you guys hear that I'm the shuffling? I'm sorry if that's annoying to people. Just realized I'm shuffling right in front of my microphone. All right. Ooh. All right, Denise. So I'm going to pull a couple cards for clarification, kind of like I do. If anyone watches my morning card pulls, I'll always pull one card and then I'll pull extras for clarification, just because all cards have a lot of symbolism and to be able to figure out which way. So Denise, the Queen of Wands is a Spitfire, right? She is full of energy and it's a lot of passionate energy, right? She knows what she wants and she's going to go for it. She has got the power of just, your intuition is high because the Queen, she's got that maturity level. She understands what is just quick, fleeting, emotional peaks, but then she also knows like what's underlying. There's a word I want to use and I can't think of it right now, but basically you have that maturity to understand how to use your intuition, how to use that fire and that passion. And there's something transformative coming your way. We're going to pull another card here. So this passion and this fire is going to come in handy, or is going to be the catalyst for some sort of transformation that you either are going through right now or you're about to go through. And this is something that's going to take you out of, if there's a situation that you kind of just don't want to be in right now, 10 of Swords is kind of like you're hitting that point where you're like, you know what? F it. I'm done with this. Your fire and your passion is going to come in and you're going to be able to transform it in like no time. It's not even going to be an issue for you. The dawning of a new day is already upon you. Yes. And then having to go through this, right? Having to go through this transformative process is actually going to make you, it's going to rebalance a situation where you're able to help other people in ways that, benefit not even just you, not just your own personal situation, but it's going to benefit almost like a community setting. If that makes any kind of sense to you, okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense. But just, yeah, whatever it is, like, this is so true for you. You have like this beautiful fiery passion about you, and you're very in tune. And one thing that I can say too is, I don't think any of us realize just how in tune you are, because I feel like you hold back a little bit. Like I think you maybe even know that you have more going on than you show. So whatever's going on there, you've got this, it's under control. And there's this beautiful transformative moment coming for you. Okay, let's see. Who else? Oh, why can't I do that? Okay, let's see. Denise, okay, so she'll take a reading. Alan, you wanted a reading? We'll do a reading for Alan. Hey! Oh, sorry. He scared me a little bit. All right, Alan, I need you to either think about what you want to come through as far as intention, or just focus on the fact that someone's going to be pulling cards for you. Right? I know. Yeah. I don't know who this is, but yeah. Okay. I hope that you've had an amazing weekend so far. Oops. Card kind of want to jump. So one thing too with cards, when you're shuffling and you don't know when to stop shuffling, if it doesn't hit you genuinely, it's when the cards start sticking on their own. That's when you stop. Okay, Alan. Okay, you have the Star. And okay, so for me, what I'm seeing with this is a guiding light. So I need to know a little bit more on how to read this for you. Okay, so I don't know if you've recently been in a situation, or you're in it right now, where there's been a lot of outside noise and it's been hard for you to concentrate on what's going on. So what's going on here is it's either your intuition or there's some sort of higher guidance that's leading you right now, and you need to any kind of signs, any kind of like things that kind of hit you like, that's interesting, that kind of feels like it means something to you. Go with it. You have a lot of, I don't know if I want to say the other side, but like your intuition, your higher guidance, like there's a lot of energetic cues coming up for you right now, that you would probably benefit from. Kind of, I'm not saying hide from the world, but kind of like take your own advice, go internal for some things right now. So the whole thing with like the Eight of Cups is you're walking away either from a situation, or you're walking away from the busyness and the noisiness, the noisiness of life, because like life can be chaotic. There's always a lot going on, right? And it can be overwhelming, it can be overstimulating. And when you're in those situations, you're not able to really tune into yourself. You're not really able to fully understand what your inner guidance, what your intuition is trying to tell you, right? So right now, what I'm seeing here is something's guiding you to kind of tap into yourself. And the Queen of Cups, she is this powerhouse of intuition. She is connected to her feelings. She understands what those cues are. Her intuition is unrivaled, right? She is so amazing. She's right up there with me for the high priestess and her are like right up there with each other with being able to pick things up. So I think listen to whatever guidance is coming your way. There's something, it's a transformative, hold on. There's some transformative stuff going on where you need to tap in. You're going to be just fine. You need to listen to yourself. You're going to be just fine, Ellen. Whatever's going on, you've got this. You could be the guiding light. You yourself could be the guiding light in this situation. I always think the star is a guiding light. The Hermit also has a guiding light, but he's also one of those where the wisdom comes from within. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense for you. And if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me on the side too. If you want like a little bit more of an in-depth reading on that one, I got you. Okay, let's see. So we did Alan's, we did Denise's. Hello. I'm not sure who you are, but hello. Is this Derek? Hey, Derek. Okay, let's do a card reading for Derek. That's Candy. Oh, hey, Candy. I should have known with all the blue hearts. I should have known that was Candy. Hopefully all of you are having an amazing weekend as well. Sundays are always kind of bittersweet for me because they're like that last little hurrah before the beginning of another work week, but they're also that last moment before a new work week. Denise, have an amazing show. Everybody make sure you tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pac-Man Paranormal, right after Divination with Dani. Okay, this is for Derek. Derek, you got the Page of Cups. That was our beginnings. You just had something jump. Hold on. Okay, what did you get here? You got all kinds of shenanigans here. Okay, hold on. These ones need to get shuffled back in. So your Page of Cups, this is fresh new energy coming in. I kind of want to pull a few more cards here for you. So, Derek, I need to ask you, do you feel like you've had a lot of choices put in front of you lately that maybe seem a little overwhelming, or you're not sure which is the right choice to make? Because the thing with the Seven of Cups is there's a plethora to choose from, but sometimes it's a little overwhelming because there is so much to choose from, or maybe you're having a hard time determining if something is actually meant for you or not. That's another thing with the Seven of Cups. A lot of times it feels more like temptation, and it feels like maybe a little uncertain if it is right or not. And the thing with that is you go with your heart center. You have to tap into yourself to find out what's good for you. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. So there's fresh new energy coming in for you that's coming with a lot of choices, a lot of options, maybe feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated. And this could actually lead to that overwhelming, right? Just like feeling like you're not sure what decision to make. So it can be a little deflating of a situation in some ways. Like, yes, there's a lot there. And yes, it's exciting, but it's also deflating. And maybe in the process, there's one or two options that get chosen that maybe lead to realizing, okay, maybe those weren't the best choices. This is not an end of the world situation at all. This is just saying, okay, there's been a moment or two of disappointment, not to worry, because you know what? You keep moving forward and you tap into yourself and you're going to be just fine. Like, let that intuition guide you. Derek, I know you have a strong intuition, right? So make sure that you're using it. Like, listen to yourself, listen to your internal guidance. You're going to be able to do this. Your Chariot. So the thing with the Chariot, it is a card of victory. It is a card of getting to where you want to be in life on your journey. The thing with it though, is nothing's handed to you, right? Which is evident already with the having to make choices and maybe some of them not necessarily working out the way you intended, but they're going to still help you on your journey. They're going to help you get to where you need to be. So whatever it is that you're having a hard time choosing or there's an overwhelming sensation with, the second that you kind of shut out the world a little bit, to listen to yourself, and you're going to get there and it's going to be just fine. You're going to be able to guide yourself through all of this. It's going to be a beautiful victory at the end of it. Yeah. And I love that for you. Is this okay? So, that was very loud. I'm so sorry. We have a couple more minutes here. We are going to do candies. Candy. What did I just do? Hi, I don't know who that is, but hello. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I wasn't sure if I was even going to have anyone tuning in because I had to postpone the show and move it around. And I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. You have no idea. It means a lot to me. Ooh. Oh, I would love to do that. Yes. Thank you, Alan. I would love that. Okay. So we're candy. Got a little song with your name in it for you. I need you to focus on the fact that someone's pulling cards for you, or if you have a specific thing you want an answer for, think of that. Joshua is an animal, Joshua? Yes, it is. All right. I don't know why that makes me crack up every time he brings up Taco Bell. Okay, Candy, here we go, my love. Okay, with that one. Ooh, okay, so I'll pull another card, but I already like this. So the thing with wands, and it's a very prominent symbolism in these cards, is the fire. So wands are a lot to do with passion and a lot to do with hard work with your passion and forward movement, and the fact that there's a page. So this is going to be something new coming in, possibly even a message about something. Ooh, and you have a guiding star. Okay. So I need one more card here to be able to balance this out for you. So I feel like you're being guided into some form of new passionate energy, some new projects going to be coming in for you. Yes. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see this little lizard that he's holding, but that is the cutest thing in the entire world. So I feel like, okay, there's definitely some form of, this is either work related, or this could even be, Candy, for you, this could even be paranormal related. There's something with a lot of passion and a lot of forward movement, and this is going to take a little bit of work, but you're going to be guided through, like, the right things are going to fall into place at the right moment for you with this. And I kind of want another card for you. Hold on. Oh, okay. All right. So then you have your 10 of coins. So the thing with the 10 of coins that are pentacles that I always see, and this is a little bit more prominent when you look at the Rider-Waite deck, is this is about family and about stability and about coming together and just having that moment of just that feeling in your moment, right? Like, you don't have to worry that everybody's there, everybody's connected and enjoying each other. And it came with the Ace of Cups, right? So this is your emotion and your intuition, and you're going to be tapped in. So there's a project coming your way. It's going to be full of you're going to enjoy the challenges. There's going to be challenges, but you're going to enjoy the challenges, and it's going to be very forward movement. And this is going to be something that brings a lot of people together, and you're all going to have like that same drive. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but there's something coming for you. I would pay attention to how your feelings are with it too, because this is going to be something that like really pulls you from the other side. All right, let's see. I think we're going to do a reading for Joshua. Hey, I'm sorry, like Facebook, what's going on with Facebook? I don't know who you are, but hello, and thank you for popping in. All right, we're going to do Josh. Josh is getting some cards read for him. All right. Joshua has Animal Parrot. Josh, help me out here. Throw the full name of your podcast. He is Animal Podcast. Is that what it is? Dude, I'm so sorry. I should know better. Shout yourself out, please. It's an amazing show. I love when I get to catch it. He's got amazing guests. The last time you were doing like a whole roundtable discussion for Bigfoot, and I absolutely loved it. Oh, good, Candy. Good, perfect. Yes, and I am so excited for 2025. There are so many amazing things for so many different people, some big projects coming through. I know Get Haunted is going to have some amazing new things coming out too. Okay, this is for Animal. All right, Joshua, here we go, my dear. Ooh, the world. I don't know if you can see that, but it is the world. So that one thing with this is things coming full circle, right? So anything that you've been hoping that you would achieve, that energy is coming up for you to be able to achieve it. Yes, and there's going to be this amazing sense of achievement and stability. I don't know if you can see the King of. He is so adorable. He's just in this lush garden environment, and he has his pentacle, and he has his crown and his staff, and he's just very much in his element, very secure. There's no worries when it comes to this king. He is on top of the world, right? The Animal Podcast. Thank you. Okay, so 5 of Wands. In this situation, this is going to be, so you're going to come into, this is going to be playful. It's not going to be, so 5 of Wands can either be like the dogfight card, or this can be friendly competition. You are going to have a moment where this will be enjoyable for you. A little bit of a challenge, right? Okay, so here's the thing. You're coming into a cycle, right, where all of your hard work, all of these things, like you're finally going to see the fruits of your achievements, the fruits of your labors are coming in. You're going to have this moment where you actually get to feel that. You get to feel that, oh my gosh, this is happening. You don't have to worry. The stability is there. It's going to come with a little bit of maybe some challenges, right? But they're going to be fun, and they're going to be those ones where you actually get to let yourself shine. Like all of your talent, all of your effort is going to come through shining so bright. And it's a fresh opportunity for you. So whatever you're working on now, the things are moving forward. They're moving in the right direction. And this is going to be a really good move for you. So Josh, man, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because it looks good for you. All right, we have a couple more minutes here. Let's see. Stacy, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love when I see Stacy come on here. Okay. Let's see. We have Kaylee. Hey, Kaylee. I'm gonna do a card reading for Kaylee. Like I've said for everyone else, I'll focus on the fact that you're getting cards pulled for you. If there's anything specific that you want to come through, set that intention. And here we go. So I don't know. Yeah, this deck is amazing for shuffling. We were talking about the shuffability. I don't know. We're making up the word. It's a word now. Shuffability. Oh, I would love. Yes, please. I would absolutely love that. That show is phenomenal. Joshua has an amazing show. You guys have got to tune in to Animal Podcast. Okay, this is for Kaylee. Joshua, if you're still on, throw up what day of the week and what time people can catch your show. I really want people to tune into you. Here we go, Kaylee. Okay. Oh, you have the Queen of Cups. So one thing, and I think this is a safe thing to say because I've seen you in action a few times now. You are rather tapped into your intuition, and right now, Queen of Cups is saying, you know what? Let that guide you. It's not going to steer. It's not going to steer you wrong. Okay, hold on. We got this. I need one. Ooh, I need one more card, and I got you. All right. So what I'm seeing here is you need to let yourself guide you, or you are already letting yourself guide you. Right? See, if your Queen of Cups, she's all about emotions, being tapped into your emotions and being very highly in tune with intuition. So being able to like pick up on the little nuances that maybe not everyone else picks up on. Your ability to do that, though, is setting you on this path, right, where there's it's opening up different opportunities for you. And these opportunities could be very lucrative. So this could be something to do with work or some kind of opportunity in a project that feels, not that it feels heavy, like not work as in like, oh, it's work, but like work as in you're excited and you want to jump into it and you're willing to put in that effort. So it's either going to be something that is like work related with financial, or this is going to be like a project that you want to put the work into, if that makes sense at all. So this path you've already kind of chosen. So I don't know if you realize it yet or not. And you might actually know what I'm talking about. And I am just going to run with what I see in the cards here. So with the Three of Wands, this is somebody who's already made a decision. I don't know if you can see his little hands already like reaching out. He's already chosen which wand he's going to hang on to. And this is one of those, it's already set in motion. Now you just need to wait for your ship to come in. And I don't know if you can see, like there are little ships in the water and they're coming to the shore. So this is just a time of letting things fall into place for you. And this is going to come with new ideas. This is going to come with new projects. This is a lot of, you're going to be some quick thinking there. The only thing with the Knight of Swords is just be mindful that you aren't getting in your own way with your thoughts. Like, let the thoughts come. There's going to be some amazing things that help guide you along this new path that's showing up. Just make sure that you're not coming in too hot with some of that stuff, because Knights they're very fiery, right? And they're quick. The swords are like quick-wittedness, but like just make sure that take like a 5-second pause before you run with something when it comes to you really fast, because that energy can sometimes make you stumble a little bit. You'll still get exactly where you're going. Everything's already in motion. So I don't know, that seems like a pretty good card pull there. So yeah, let your intuition guide you. Whatever is already in the works is coming, and it's going to be really good for you. Hello. Good evening. Hi. Okay, guys, we have a couple more minutes here. Let's see. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure that you tune in to the Animal Podcast on Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. Hi, Becky. We're going to do a reading for you. Absolutely. Guys, for those of you who tuned in a little bit later, make sure that at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you have a little bit more time in your evening, jump on over and catch Pac-Man Paranormal. They're part of the Get Haunted Paranormal podcast program. All right, Becky, we are going to pull some cards for you. Okay, like I said, for everybody else, just throw the intention out there that you're having cards pulled for you. And if there's anything specific that you want, think of that too, and we'll see what comes up. Okay. Ooh, the Hermit. I love the Hermit. The Hermit is about tapping into yourself, letting yourself guide you. One thing that I saw right away with this one that I noticed was the lantern. So there's like a guiding light. So it's either your higher self or some sort of higher form of guidance is coming to your aid right now, or that you need to tap in and you need to pay attention to it. We're going to pull some extra cards so I know exactly how to tell you. Okay. This is about making a decision. Okay. So you need to tap into your intuition, or let your intuition guide you here, because you're in a moment, right, where you really I don't even know if you feel this right now, but you're in a special opportunity here that you have the world in the palm of your hands already. So like, if you're tapped into yourself, if you're listening to your heart center, if you're listening to those little guidances, those little, they say like the voices in your head, like the guidance, not the craziness, the guidance. Listen to it, because it's going to help you make this decision that's going to help you move in the right direction, and definitely will be the right direction. There will be a lot of stability and a reason to celebrate. So this could be something of coming together with friends that are more like family, or this could be something where just you're wanting a little bit more stability in a situation or in a project, and it will come to you and you're being guided in the right direction. You just need to tap in and pay attention. I'm going to pull one more card for this. I feel like I need to. Yes. Okay. Your Four of Pentacles, your Four of Coins in here. So if you can see, like he's got his little feet. His little feet are on coins. He's got the coins around him. There's just like a lot of having what you need, having that security. So whatever direction you're going to move with this, you're going to have the sturdy foundations that you need for it, which is also present with your Four of Wands, right? There's a lot of stability there. So you're moving in the right direction, and just make sure that if you start feeling anxious, if you start feeling like that tightening, you know what I mean? Like there's sometimes like you'll get this like tightening in your chest. It's the overthinking. It's the anxiety. You need, if you can remember to, because I know this is such a hard thing, because I get this too, like take a deep breath and let yourself know that it's going to be okay. Tap into your heart. Let yourself take a few breaths. And then the next thing that comes to you, see where that takes you, right? Because you have the security, you have the ability to get those stable foundations. You just don't want to make sure that you're restricting your energy flow too much with that. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense for you. All right, guys. So we are running out of time. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, D-Hoot. Hey, D-Hoot. Hello. When did you pop in? Oh, I love seeing D-Hoot on here. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And for suffering through the card review with me. Hopefully this gave you a little bit of insight as to what the cards look like, how they seem to work in motion, and just realizing that, the symbolism is there for, if you're used to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, that a lot of that same symbolism is still present in the Cute Ghost Tarot deck. And it's just like a fun, it's a little bit more fun to read, because the little sheep ghosts, and they're in cute little scenarios. Very easy to read, very easy to shuffle. So hopefully this was helpful for you, that hopefully this becomes a deck that you are interested in getting in the future. You can definitely find it on Etsy, eBay. This particular deck I bought on Amazon a few years ago, and it was on a scale of 1 to 10. This is definitely an 11 for me. This is one of my go-to decks when I want something different than the traditional deck. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I really do appreciate all of you for showing up. Thank you so much. Make sure that you jump on over to Pac-Man Paranormal. They are coming on next, and I will see you guys in, not next weekend, but the weekend after. Remember, tarot doesn't predict your future. It helps facilitate it. So don't be afraid to pick up those cards and see what they have to say for you. All right, loves. I'll talk to you later. Night.